Take 3. First time I waffled too much, second time this gun popped out and it looked like initially it went under the bookcase here that you guys are standing on where the figures and some stuff for work are sitting, and that would have been pain in the ass because I don't know. There's no like good little like grabby thing. Had it gone under the bookcase, and this bookcase is a pain in the butt to move. Anyway, Reactivate Soundwave. I really want to fucking call him Reactivated Soundwave, like everybody else. So before we dive properly into chatting about the figure, I want to start with him kind of half transformed, or more or less all the way there. And let me get the head back tapped in. There we go. So for everybody that has this figure, is contemplating getting it, and is looking at reviews where it's like, oh, the backpack doesn't tab in, it's loose. Mrr. Yes and no. And I think a lot of people are struggling with that because of just lining things up with the wheel wells, the tabs, and the stuff that's in here. Basically where everything needs to go. And that's the hang up. So for the two of you that are gonna watch this shit, let's see if this gets any traction. I doubt it will. Also, probably not the smartest wearing a dark shirt when I'm talking about a figure that's mostly dark blue, but I don't fucking care. Anyway, so when you are taking Reactivate Soundwave here from alt mode, which I love the alt mode, by the way, just not showing it because when do I do transformations anymore, to robot mode, what you want to do is basically once you have him like this, lower body done, and this kind of situation going on up front, you want to get the wheels to look like that kind of, but then B, with the grooves kind of right in there, right on either side of that head patch where you can see me talking, this opening right here, right there. Those little grooves that you can kind of see, you want the tabs that are on top of the wheel wells, so there and there, to go into those grooves, and they will just kind of like friction rest in there, but between that and how everything else kind of folds up, it is mostly secure and stable. And I haven't had an issue with the backpack coming untabbed. So just a little rule of thumb there, not rule of thumb, what am I saying? Just a little tip there for Reactivate Soundwave. Why is that? Okay, that panel's being rude for some reason. All right, get his other gun there. All right, so now let's talk about him properly. So a lot of people have been saying in the 2-pack of him and Prime that this is the one that kind of misses. And yes, because the Prime is so fucking awesome, as you guys will see when I get to his video, either next week or whenever. But the Soundwave here is still really fucking good. My biggest issue is that he has a little too much of that movie Soundwave face. Like they took the Bumblebee movie Soundwave face and just made it less sad, which is great, and it's a good face, but I am just still so done with the movie aesthetic that the face is just kind of, it's whelming to me. The greebliness of the faceplate just kind of has irked me since we saw like Bumblebee movie Soundwave, Cybertron Soundwave from the live action movies, yada yada yada. It's just a thing. But yeah, honestly, overall, he's really cool looking. I like him a lot. And I know people have said like, oh, he's got a huge backpack. That is kind of necessary due to the transformation. But because of the detail up here, because it kind of looks like backpack straps and everything, and because of the satellite dish here, you can kind of just imagine that it's a like, I don't know, like there's just like a communications situation, like a whole communications array in here. And that like there'd be like various like tech greebles and stuff in here when he's in this mode that just kind of like mass shift and disappear when he's in vehicle mode. At least I feel like that would be kind of like the assumption or whatever. That, I don't know, that's my headcanon for why he has the backpack. And honestly, it's not that bad. I don't even really consider it kibble, to be honest. The only parts that are kibble are these little panels on the side of the legs, but those need to be there for the alt mode. I actually really do like the simplicity of the leg transformation, because literally all you do is you rotate the legs 180, you flip out this panel, you flip out the wheels that are in the back here, and then you close that panel back up. It's simple and it's very effective. I do wish the feet did something for transformation for the alt mode, unless I'm missing something. He is ultimately, at the end of the day, too, just kind of like a shell former. But, you know, he's a really good Soundwave, and I feel like he's a good blend of whatever the hell Reactivate is going to be as a video game, the movie aesthetic, and kind of like a Universe Legacy Classics-ish feel. He honestly might be a stand-in for me for an Earth mode Soundwave. I genuinely like him a lot more than I expected. But yeah, that's all I really have to say here. The only other greeble that I have or nitpick is just the head, because it's on this panel, as you guys saw, and this pops up easily when you're transforming him or just messing around with him. And the head just kind of shrank back into that neck and the backpack like this. But it is what it is. At some point I am gonna get to the gun here too and paint the stuff around the barrel either red or black, just to give it some more pop, I guess. Yeah, there's not a whole lot else to say, so I will see you guys around in the next one, which, yes, will be, as you can see him over there, Reactivate Optimus Prime. He's next to Cosmos. Well.